Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2019 with the Rude Man, and we're back on Honeydew Farms XL. Between the last episode and now, I went into daytime. It was nighttime when I left. I did put some lamps in. I found a placeable lamp. I got a comment from Mr. Joe Dokes that told me that these were out, and so I picked them up. So I've scattered a few around. I got one on each side of the house here. I've got some here in my equipment sheds on the outside here. You can see them right there. And I put, that one already had one built on, that one. This one here, I put a couple on each side of that building. And let's see, I threw one on this side and that side of this shed. It doesn't quite reach in the middle here. But for me to put one in here, I'd have to set it way out away from the building. So we'll just see how that goes. I put one here by the repair shed, and then I put one on one side of the silos here and one on the other, and one by the water. So I think that's probably enough for now. The actual farm's already had some in them. This is built in here to the map. That's built into the map, all those. Right. So another mod issue. I found a couple of mods for the pigs and the cattle that are attempting to do what we used to have in FS17 in animal manners, so that they don't spill out their goodies here. But the problem is, in that one, they just made a mod that you just threw in your folder and this just disappeared. They didn't make a mess. In this one, it's tied to the actual farm, the building. So I haven't tried it yet. I actually haven't even downloaded it yet. And the reason I haven't is because I would have to replace the building, because the Manners is part of the building, if that makes any sense. And it kind of does, because it's included in with the percentage of cleanliness. So I think what they've done is they've just deleted the cleanliness, which gets rid of this stuff, but it's tied to the building. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but there you go. And he made one for the pigs and one for the cattle, but I'm not prepared to swap out buildings just yet. So I don't know. I might wait on that until somebody finds a better way of doing it, if that's even something that you can do. In the meantime, let's see what we got going here. First of all, I'm gonna check my crops and see how they're doing. Okay, this is in a growth stage. It does need to be weeded and fertilized. So let's get on with that. And this one is the herbicide. We'll start with that. Turn my controller on here. And we're pretty full, so I don't think I need to refill it right at the moment. We'll just start it working here. And let's see, which way do I need to go here? I'll tell you what, I can go this way, I think. What's it look like behind me? Yeah, I think this will work. We're going to go sideways instead of up and down. So let's open this guy up here. Get my camera back where I can get a decent angle at this. Alright, let's see how we do. There we go. And we do have Andy Tom working today. Andy's a good lad. He'll do just fine. So, in the meantime, let's see what else we've got. Alright. I don't know what I'm going to do with that truck. What do we got going here? What was I doing? Really, seriously, what the hell was I doing? It looks like I was doing oats? Really? Well, I'll just continue on. Alright, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Alright, so this one's fairly full as well. So, I'll tell you what, let's see, I'll give that other one, let me just park it here, and I'll give that other guy a chance to get a couple of licks in. Because these are identical, so this should follow behind that other one. But I want to make sure that he gets at least a length ahead of me. In the meantime, though, let's check the other fields. So we've got this one that is doing the same thing. It is doing the same thing. So I guess I could fertilize this and weed it later. Let's see what else we got. Oh, potatoes are ready. Potatoes are ready. Alright, so we can do potatoes. And where's my map? Alright, what do we got here? This is also potatoes. They're not, the whole field is not ready yet, so I must have got interrupted. Oh, I remember what happened. If you remember, in one episode, I was seeding here, and this guy, for some reason, jumped over and started seeding over here when he was done over there, and he got a couple of good licks in before I could come back and plant next to him. So we've got, well, it looks like it's been fertilized and weeded, kind of. All right, so that's fine. We'll just wait for this to grow. Let's see, we have soybeans that are growing and fertilized 100% and no weeds. So these are still growing. Just trying to scope up everything that needs to be done. Matt Jensen, what's Matt Jensen doing? Oh, he's seeding. Okay, fine. Oh God, it needs liming. Son of a gun. All right, this is my big field. Let's see, it's canola. It's ready to harvest, so we can get a harvester out here. And then field 4 is doing what? Field 4 is needing fertilizer and weeding. So we got a lot of work to do. A lot of work. Where's my combine? Here's my combine. Well, I got 2 combines, so let's grab one of them. Let's grab this one. Head out with it. Now that field 5 is a big one, so I'm putting both combines on it. And we don't have to worry about windrow. That's a good thing. So let's just line her up here and let her go. Let her rip. Oh, now what's he doing? Okay, he's far enough ahead. Let's grab this feller and have him follow up over here. We'll see if these guys aren't willing to work together. Is he over far enough? I think so. Alright, here we go. Okay, these guys should work just perfectly fine together. Now I think I've got a potato header on here. I think that's all I bought was a potato header. We should be okay. Let's open this thing up. Now I'm going to run side to side here. Right like this. Alright, he's awakened. He's awakened. Josh Cantlin here. And we got Jonathan Girth here. We got Matt Jensen there, and Troy M on the other one, and Andy's still working on the weeding and feeding and all that kind of good stuff. All right, so what else can we do? Let's see, got to get a truck out somewhere. But also, what else was I gonna do? Okay, Matt's done seeding and fertilizing, but that field's going to be kind of a mess, I think, since it got started on 2 different days. All right, let's do this. Now we do have some grass to cut. I don't think this is quite ready yet, but the field over there is. But that's a manual job, so I think I'm going to kind of hold tight here. What the hell's going on over there? Let's see what we can do here. I don't think it's down low enough, but let's just give it a shot. By golly, it did. It did it. It's okay. Okay, sheep are clean. These sheep are clean. Well, we'll do the cattle first. I can see it. Then we'll come back for the pigs. And then we got chickens. Chickens. Gotta love chickens, I guess. This chicken tastes like chicken. And now what happened? Alrighty. I noticed that there's a couple of new mods out for trailers that auto load. There's one for logging that I saw, and then there was a couple that I've seen, a couple of different flatbeds that are supposedly auto load. Now I saw that one of them I did see that did bales, but it didn't say anything about pallets, but that doesn't mean it doesn't do pallets. I just didn't take the time to read the descriptions of them. I wasn't looking for a trailer at the time. I was just kind of grazing through the mods. You guys are pigs. Quit making a mess. Come on, guys. This little front end loader here works pretty good. It's really slow, but that's okay. Who's in a hurry, right? Well, I guess I would be. Ah! I'm impatient. What can I say? Okay, I got to check on the truck too, see how those combines are doing. So somebody told me you didn't need to buy a rooster. But if we're playing, are they clean? I don't see anything there. If you're playing, you know, somewhat legit, wouldn't a rooster be something you needed on a farm? So I don't mind buying a rooster. If I don't need one, I don't need one, but I want one. So there you go. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Well, for some reason, it didn't finish the job. Weird. Alright, combines are done. Well, they're not done, but they're not working either. Well, another Christmas has come and gone. I'm still listening to Christmas music, and I still have... What the hell is going on here? Has this been seeded? What is going on? It says it's oats. It says it's growing. So, what? I don't know what the hell happened to this field. It's kind of a mess. Alright, fine. I'm leaving it. What's this now? Soybeans. And soybeans. So, soybeans. Cool. Let's go find our truck. I left it down this end, didn't I? Well, I jumped out of the truck while I got in it. What the hell? Get this camera back where I can see where I'm going. Boy, we got some weird weather today. It's kind of overcast, but I mean foggy overcast. It's foggy and wet and cold. And if it was any colder, it would look like a snow day. But I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like, you know, you guys know I live on the coast, so we get weather like this quite often where it's almost like the clouds just kind of come down to clear to the ground. So it's almost like, it's not like a fog. You know, it's a little different than a fog. It's just like the clouds kind of came down and they're just hanging around at ground level. Weird. And of course they're full of moisture, so everything's wet. On a day like today, it doesn't matter. I mean, now we're Oregonians. Oregonians, we have weather like this all the time, and it doesn't bother us. So very rarely you're going to see a real Oregonian with an umbrella. And most of the time it doesn't do any good anyway, because the rain's coming down sideways quite often. So an umbrella is not going to help you. It might help you if the rain's coming straight down on you. But if it's coming sideways, we used to laugh. I'd look out when I was at work, and people would pull into a parking lot, and my job was right there where... Did I not get my other combine out? My golly, I didn't. My office window looked right out onto a parking lot, a business parking lot, in a community that was full of art galleries and boutiques and stuff like that. It's a real ritzy area. Most of the people that work there, including myself, could never afford to live there. It's just unbelievably high prices on property. And oh shoot. So it would be funny to watch people, obviously people that weren't from the local area, would show up, they'd get out of their car and attempt to open up an umbrella. And we'd be shaking our heads, don't do it, don't do it. And as soon as they got it open, the 50-mile-an-hour gust would catch them. And either the umbrella would drag them away or they'd be smart enough to let go of it. But I can't tell you how many times people would get out of their cars and do that, and their umbrellas would literally turn inside out from the wind. What they thought they were doing, they were parked up against the building. They could have just stepped 2 feet and been out of the weather. But there you go. It's very funny to watch at any rate. All right, let's get this guy on the road. I'm going to go ahead and take him back and fill him up while I'm close by. And we'll herbicide our next field. Well, wait a minute. Can we do it from here? Is this field needed? I think it does. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just needs fertilizer. No, it's fully weeded. It's fully full of weeds. Yeah, today's the kind of day that, because it's dark, it's just dark and cold and wet. It's the kind of day you want to have a big pot of stew and a nice fire going and a nice book to read. All right, we got Daryl Walker on the job. Uh-oh, this guy's skipping all over the place. Well, I'm taking the little guy out just to keep that guy moving, and I don't know. I'm hoping that this Lamborghini can handle it. Whoa, where you going, buddy? Yeah, I'm hoping the Lamborghini can pull a load of potatoes. That's not what I have this for. I have this just for hauling a little bit of stuff to feed animals and straw and stuff like that. But let's test it out. It's flat ground. Should be okay. This is weird what it's doing. I wonder if this is another north-south business. I may have to test that theory out. All right, let's see. Let's get Josh. Sorry, we got to get rid of Josh here. Man, what is going on? Look at this thing. Oh, it's way too heavy. That's what's happening. That's happening. Okay, this is my fault. I've got this. Oh my God. I see what's wrong. I have this thing holding way too much. 300,000. It can't do that. It can't do it. All right, I've got to remod that thing down a little bit. I'll probably remod it to half of that. That's unbelievable. I can't believe I did that. Well, I can. I probably just got carried away. But hey, we tested it. Didn't work. Drop it back down. That's a lot of potatoes, I'll tell you what. But look at, hey, Lamborghini's hauling this load just fine. He can do it. He's a tough little fart. I'm really impressed with this Lamborghini, because I always thought of this tractor as being like just a fancy way to spend money for a tractor, and not that it was really of value on the farm. But boy, yes, he's holding his own. I'm surprised, truly. Well, let's see if we can get some more out of this thing. Alright, I'll bite. Pipe out. Oh, alright, I gotcha. Okay, let's jump into... Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Dang it. I thought... Oh, he's stuck. He can't get around the combine. Come on, truck. You can do it. Am I going to have to move the combine because the truck ain't got enough poop to get by? By golly, we're going to work our way around. Let me go get the other combine because I know it's full. This one I'm not sure. Well, he's at 80%. It won't take him long to fill up. I don't know. Canola must be pretty heavy too. I know it's pretty dense as far as you know, as far as a crop goes. In that it's so small, you can your yield is well, you can put more in a trailer. It's not like it's a big kernel of corn. That I don't know if you noticed, but when you do canola, you can go a long ways before your bin gets full because it's very compact crop, dense. So I don't know what it weighs, but I think it's kind of heavy. Alright, my fertilizer guy should be done with whatever field that is up there. I forgot my numbers. It's not 5, 6, or 7. It must be field 3? Right, it is field 3. That should be done being fertilized. Come on. What's going on? I hit the button. I was just waiting for it to unload. I don't like the fact that that thing hits the rear trailer, but, you know, at this point there's not much I can do about it except for stop using it. I like the fact that the trailers don't go like a dump truck. I just need a longer dolly or some form of extension. Let's see. Let me run out and get some potatoes. See if I can empty that guy out. Oh my God. This truck. I don't know if the truck's fault. Might be the trailer's fault. Could be a combination of both. But it's like driving on ice. Alright, let's get that tractor and trailer out of the way. Make room for this big boy. You're gonna have a lot of taters. A lot of taters. While he's doing that, let's get around here. Let's button this thing up. At least get him off the field. He dirty. He needs a washing. Alright, now let's go find, let's get this guy buttoned up. What was he doing? Oh, well, he's done. Now, this was the fertilizer guy, so he's finished field 3. And let's move him over. Did this field need fertilizing too? I think it did. I guess I shouldn't have buttoned him up. I was a little confused as to where I was, I guess. Yeah, he needs fertilizing. Somebody just got paid. And it weren't me. Alrighty, there he goes. And we got Andy again. Let's get this guy out of here. This field's harvesting, so there's no point checking it. I think it's done anyway. Well, part of it is. Let's see if this unfinished part here. I can see weeds. It's growing. There's no weeds, but I can see weeds, so there is weeds. We're gonna clean it up real quick. No, that's it. Let's see what this field was. This the other field that needed a little work? Okay, this one 100% fertilized, no weeds. Right. Now we know that one up there is kind of in the middle of growth pattern and everything else, but there were some weeds on the end here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I may have to just do this manually here. Wow, that one whole corner didn't get seeded. God, this whole field's kind of a mess. Well, shoot. Do I mess with that one little corner or not? The whole rest of the field's not ready, so maybe I could. And then just wait till it's all done. I'm not getting much harvesting done here. I'm messing around with this. Unfortunately, when you start unloading or unfolding and folding, you gotta wait, because if I jump out, it'll just stop. Well, I'm gonna do this little corner up here. It's gonna be the ugliest field you've ever seen. Do I even mess with that little strip? Oh, hell with it. I'm not messing with that little strip. That'll be a reminder of how bad the field's messed up. Just a little something to remind you. There's always something there to remind. Ooh, boy, I've got a little bit of maintenance to do on this seeder. Or is it the tractor that needs maintenance? I guess it's the tractor that needs maintenance. Whoa! I thought I was on the truck, but I wasn't. A lot of taters. Okay, I'm going to take that little load right there, right straight to the pigs. And make sure they're full up with food. Pigs like to eat. So do I. Not that I'm a pig. I just enjoy food. But, you know, I try not to overeat. Being overweight, a lot of it is, you know, push yourself away from the table. I mean, first rule is you are what you eat. If you eat too much, if you overeat, you're going to gain weight. If you undereat, you'll lose weight. Get a little bit of exercise. I don't exercise for weight loss. I exercise because I like to keep things working. You know, your heart, your lungs, your blood vessels, all that kind of stuff. If you lose a little weight on as a result, then hey, that's good too. And some people can eat and not put on weight. Other people, you know, they look at food and they gain weight. Unfortunately, that's a shame, especially if you're somebody that likes to eat like I am. I mean, I just enjoy food. I've often said before, and you guys laugh when I say it, but you know, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't chase women I can't catch. So what's left? Food. Food is left. So I like to eat. I like food. And I've been on diets before. I hate diets. I don't like to say I'm on a diet, because if you say I'm on a diet, you're going to be on a diet the rest of your life. So I don't say that. I generally just say, hey, I'm just watching what I eat. I try not to eat so much. I eat a couple of extra times a day, so if I'm hungry, I'll have a little bit of something that's good for you to snack on, so you don't get so hungry that you pig out and go for thirds at dinner. That's where you got to be careful, overeating. It's my opinion, anyway. I'm sticking to it. That's what nutritionists will tell you too. They'll give you some silly business about chewing your food 10 times as long as you would normally. Because the time that you're spending chewing your food, you know, you're not taking another bite. And I think they think you're going to wear yourself out before you eat too much, which is probably the case. It's kind of silly to me, but, you know, more power to it. What I do is I let my wife chew my food for me. And no, I don't live in an igloo. Of course, the other thing is you know, eat smaller portions, and, you know, their idea of what's good for me isn't necessarily my idea of what's good for me. They want me to give up eating fat, stuff like that. That's where the flavor's at. So I won't give it up. I'll cut back on it. And maybe not eat so often, but I'm not giving it up. Yeah, every time somebody tells me that something's bad for you, how do you know? Oh, they've done studies. Well, show me the studies. Then you find out that butter's bad for you. And how do you know? Well, we fed butter to mice, and they got cancer, or they did this, or they did that, or they died of heart attacks, or whatever. Then you find out they were feeding them like 10 cubes of butter a day to get that result. Well, a little mouse eating 10 cubes of butter a day, of course that's going to kill them. So, you know, I don't pay too much attention to those studies because it all depends on who's paying them to do it. Most studies that these places do, most of them, they're working on an end result. They already know what they want the result to be, and the study's kind of pushed in that direction. And that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it because I think it's probably closer to the truth than not. Anytime money's involved in anything, the person paying the money is wanting a result that they usually will get. And of course, they make it sound like the doctors and the scientists are doing this out of the goodness of their heart to protect, you know, their fellow human being. No, they're doing it because that's how they make a living. Well, I forgot to set a timer, and I think I'm probably over my 45 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Hope you had fun. If you did, give it a like, share it with a friend, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you back on the farm in the next episode. In the meantime, happy farming.